Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of What's Now. I'm your host, Christine Napier, and we have a show coming your way full of excellent information about finances and health. Up first, I recently spoke with wealth manager Kelly Ryan all about the best ways to spend your tax refund. Let's take a look.
The extended May 17th tax deadline gave many Americans more time to file taxes this year, and many are expecting a sizable refund just in time for the start of summer. If you are looking for answers on whether you should invest, pay down debt, splurge on things you missed out on during lockdown, Kelly Ryan might have answers. She is the head of independent wealth management at State Street Global Advisors. And joining us on the show, Kelly, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Christine. I'm looking forward to it.
What is the latest research and statistics on the average refund Americans are receiving, and what do they plan to do with the funds?
Sure. So this year, the average American refund is just shy of $3,000. And that's a significant sum of money for most Americans, especially after the challenging year that we've just experienced. Recent studies showed that over half of Americans receiving a refund are planning on saving or potentially investing those funds.
And what should someone be thinking about when it comes to investing?
So there are a few things that we would encourage a potential investor to think about. The first is, what are the goals for this money? Do you have short-term goals like replenishing an emergency account? If so, investing and saving that money in a bank account might make sense. If you have longer-term goals like saving for retirement, investing in the market may make sense for you. This is especially true for younger investors who have a lot of time on their side. Cost is also a major consideration here when investing, as higher fees could potentially erode away at returns. And this is one of the many reasons why exchange-traded funds have exploded in popularity over the years.
And are there other costs and expenses that you really need to think about when investing besides the ones you mentioned?
There are. The good news here is that costs and fees have been driven down significantly over the years, and that's a good thing for investors. But if you're a new investor, you should be aware that typically financial advisors charge for advice, and you should feel very comfortable having a conversation with your financial advisor about what those fees are. In addition, every asset manager charges a management fee for a mutual fund or for an exchange-traded fund. We call that an expense ratio. ETFs, exchange-traded funds, typically have very low fees and very low expense ratios. Those are all fully disclosed on our website, ssga.com, and we're talking about, just fractions of a percentage point in terms of fees there.
Any tips if you just want to invest a small amount of your refund?
Yeah, so many individuals, that are receiving refunds say, well, I don't want to put it all away. I want to spend some and save some. And that makes perfect sense. There's a misconception out in the marketplace that you have to have a lot of money in order to become an investor. And that's just simply not the case anymore. You can start investing with buying as little as one share of a stock or an exchange-traded fund. What we really want to think about and encourage investors to do is to set aside a specific amount of money that is invested at a regular cadence. We call this dollar cost averaging, and that will help you develop very strong savings habits. Over time, you could potentially increase the amount that you're saving on a regular basis and really build up that nest egg.
And where can we get more information?
Sure. So there are a number of financial advisors that are willing to meet with individuals and have an initial conversation in order to establish your goals. There are a tremendous amount of resources available online. And I would encourage you to go to our website at ssga.com, where we have a significant amount of educational materials, as well as some tools that can help you select the best investments that will help you meet your needs.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly Ryan, for joining us today. I appreciate this important information and great tips about investing.
Thanks for having me.